Uh,
Welcome to Bits and Bones. I am Mortheous, and with me tonight we have Tim, Sam, and Joe. How are you gentlemen tonight?
pretty good indeed.
Pretty good, although I think the okay, there it goes. The theme is still playing for me more. I don't know why.
I mean, it's a pretty damn good theme. So I mean, either A, playing it over and over again, it's all pretty good.
Yeah, the theme music is still playing for me, so
Speaking of, shout out to a wonderful person by the name of Mr. Maxan for making that intro theme, that banger intro theme.
yeah. There we go. It's I think Mort had to leave, but yeah. There we go.
Well, aside from technical difficulties, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day.
Likewise. Um So also it's my birthday weekend, so I'm celebrating the last day of my 30s, the last evening of my of well no, not the last evening of my 30s, the last evening of me being 30 with you guys.
So tomorrow's your
Oh,
birthday? Is
Yeah,
tomorrow your birthday? Oh,
yes it is.
dude! Fuck yeah! Happy 31st birthday.
Thank you.
you
So,
little young ass motherfucker.
I'm younger. I'm younger.
yes,
Yeah, both of you young motherfuckers.
yes, Tim
Well,
is
I am youngest of the crew, and I am only 28. I'm
Happy
about to be
birthday weekend,
29
Sammy.
on. Yeah,
you're you're only 28.
yeah.
Well, enjoy the last few years of your 20s, there, Tim.
I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm gonna work my ass off until I slave around. So it all
Other
works
than
out.
talking to us, what you got planned this weekend?
No, a whole lot. I'm watching the game right now. I'm watching the Avalanche game versus I think the Nashville. So yeah.
I'm going to lunch tomorrow with my folks, and then I am going to try and catch some of the Broncos playoff game
Oh,
tomorrow
man.
afternoon. And I live in a neighborhood full of Buffalo Bills fans.
Oh,
So
joy.
So yeah, I mean, so that's one of the things about Florida is no one, well, I shouldn't say no one. but very few people are actually like from here originally.
Yeah.
So like yeah, our entire neighborhood is like is split. I think we actually have like all 32 teams representing in our neighborhood for the NFL, so that's fun. Except for the Raiders, because everyone hates
Boo
the
Raiders.
Raiders.
Because it's the
Yeah.
fucking
Boo Raiders.
Raiders, dude.
Although when they're playing against the Broncos, go Raiders.
Wait, when they're playing, when they're playing against the Broncos, you mean Tim or?
Yeah, duh. Like, go Raiders when they're playing against the Broncos, but boo Raiders every single time.
I mean, I'm a Denver fan, so like, screw the Raiders extra when they're playing the Broncos.
Screw those jackasses.
But anyway, this is not a sports podcast. If you would like one, let us know. I'm not sure if we have any availability, but this is a gaming show. So what is on the docket for tonight, Sarah? And
Mort
what?
is currently not available. He shall return.
So the robot got roboted again. So
Yeah. Actually, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the specifications for the 007 game. That got revised actually. Uh, Not too long ago. It's about like a couple days before this week. So for 007 First Light, if I remember correctly, it's going to be still 16 gigabytes for RAM in order to go ahead and play it properly. One of the other things is, let me go ahead and double check because they had to go ahead and revise the whole thing because they got miscorrected on it, if I remember correctly. So this was on their Twitter. So we are providing today an update on the PC system requirements for 007 First Light after the community flagged some of the inconsistencies in an earlier version of the listing. The earlier mistake was due to an internal miscommunication leading to an older version of the specs to be shared. After a thorough re-examination of the additional testing, the recommended RAM has been corrected to 30 from 32 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes. The RAM values have been updated, and the minimum CPU line has been fixed. Additional performance targets will be shared closer to launch. We are sorry for the confusion that this has caused and appreciate everyone who has brought it to our attention. The update specs are now live on our store page, and we'll be looking forward to sharing more of the 007 First Light with you ahead of launch. So,
well, at least they're fixing these issues now, as opposed to like during game launch week.
so first things first, for the minimum PC hardware requirements for 1080p 30 frames per second, it's going to be an Intel Core i5 9500 and AMD Ryzen 5 3500. And the graphics card is going to be an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660, AMD RTX 5700, and Intel discrete GPU equivalent. RAM's going to be 16 gigs. Video RAM is going to be 16 gigs, and storage is going to be 80 gigabytes minimum. And operating system will be obviously Windows 10. So for the recommended hardware requirements is going to be an Intel Core i5 15300 and AMD Ryzen 5 7600, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 360 Ti, AMD Ryzen 67 XT, and Intel discrete GPU equivalent for the 60 frames per second. Obviously, it's going to be for the RAM. It's going to be 16, and then for the VRAM is going to be for 8 GB.
I mean, those specs don't seem like too bad.
Yeah.
So, question is like how many people are going to buy on launch day?
I mean, we have not had a lot of uh, uh, uh we have not had a lot for like a 007 in a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't know yet.
Well, yeah, it's been 15 years, and like if there was one game that I was going to pre-order, this would be it. I don't know. Like I probably will get one. I probably will get it like launch week if I don't get like any, uh, PlayStation gift cards for my birthday. So, uh,
Well, and maybe that might be something you might have. Like, I mean, I can't wait for this to be not only on consoles but also for PC and also like Xbox. I think it'll be fun.
yeah,
I think that they're really going to go ahead and have a lot of fun with this. This is IO Interactive. Like everybody who's played like Hitman always felt like James Bond in some sort of way.
yeah, indeed. Uh, and
Like,
I know that there are some worries about like being woke and whatnot, and it definitely could be, but when it comes to games, I'm just like, uh, you know, better wait and see, I guess, is kind of my whole approach. So, you're
this is
back,
so worth
Mark?
it. Um, he is in the chat. However, he is not on audio right at the moment. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and talk about everything else. What are you guys playing? Actually, what are you guys playing right now?
Well, I've been on my second playthrough of RDR2.
As it should
Uh,
be.
and that's actually something that I wanted to kind of bring up as a side thing as well, because Rockstar recently released like a port um of RDR of Red Dead Redemption 1 for Apple, for basically iOS and like Android devices. Now, two things. There's one version that you can access with like a Netflix subscription, and then there's another version that you can like just buy outright, but it's $40. And considering that the game is from 2011, I'm not sure if it's like worth $40.
Yeah, no, it's not. I hate to be the guy who says it, but no, it's not. It's definitely not worth it.
It's probably worth like 20.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah,
Thank you. I think I'm back now.
I can
yeah,
actually go ahead and get some food. Cool.
yeah, you are
Yep.
back now, more so.
Sorry about that. I
Woohoo! All
don't know
right.
what the hell was on, but
Welcome back.
So anyway,
thank you. There was. Sorry, go ahead, Sammy.
um no, I was just asking what was on the docket. You know what I mean, it's your show, man. So, what's on the docket,
Well,
sir?
there was an interesting game announcement and a strange game called Highguard, which is basically being called Concord 2.0. It was assumed that the studio had paid for the last spot of the show.
And it looks like from this headline, hey,
Before they went before everything is signed off. Without is they haven't said anything during Game Awards.
interesting.
Highguard, the game that's gone radio silent since the Game Awards, apparently didn't even pay for its spot. Uh, as the gaming world continue to wait and see if Wildlight Entertainment, the studio that is behind Highguard, the live service title that closed out last month's uh, presentation of the Game Awards, will break its radio silence. Uh, a new development surrounding the upcoming title entered the fold. Like I just said, it didn't even pay for their last spot in the Game Awards. Ahead of this year's presentation, it was reported that the cost of running a 60-second ad during the show was $450,000. A 3-minute trailer would have been over $1 million, and just to give away that spot is fucking insane. This game comes out in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, and we've heard nothing more other than the.
So this game literally is a stealth launch, is what you're telling us. Then
Pretty much. That's the way it's looking right now. Yes. And honestly, if since they didn't pay for the last spot at the Game Awards, it would have been better for the game, the studio, and I guess overall the Game Awards if Jeff Keighley had let the game stealth launch without that announcement, because now that they've got undue pressure and eyes on them because of being the last spot during the Game Awards.
so like uh do we know anything about the game then?
Just what we saw during the Game Awards last month. Let me see if I can pull something more up. But everything that I'm seeing and I've seen about the game is it's very generic looking live service, just like what Concord tried to be.
Okay. I'm
Let me
not
pull up the trailer.
I'm not really interested in like those like live service games. I don't know, man. I really don't like live service games as a whole. Just because they turn into like giant loot box games essentially.
Right, it tends to be a giant loot box fest. Unfortunately, we've got games like Fortnite that are seemingly a once in a generation type title that make all the other studios in the industry want to see if they can do the same thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I know. Well, and now there's an entire
And,
generation that like they
because of how
think,
much dirty money that it's made.
well, now there's an entire generation where like they think that that's gaming now.
Right. All right, I think I've got the trailer up, so let me just grab it here.
Into lands uncharted and dangers untold. I venture without fear and ride without rest. For coin or for cause, I fight to the end.
Bringing the heat!
Your light belongs to me.
Moving in for the attack.
Shield breaker forming. Blade out!
Strike fast. Siege tower coming in.
The enemy is off gate! I'm coming for you!
Marking baddies from above.
All right, that's enough of enough of that trailer. I just wanted
Yeah.
to give us a taste. To me, that doesn't really look like there's anything that's going to be interesting to me. Like I said, super generic live service shooter that to me does it's not as woke as Concord from what I'm seeing, but it doesn't have a point where it's like, oh my god, I gotta play it. Like, no.
Yeah, it's I mean, yeah, the live service thing is just played out completely. And like I think unless you're Fortnite um at this point, like, you're done. Roblox was successful, but like obviously,
It has a
you
bunch of
know,
patos, so it needs to go.
well, yeah, you kind of said the quiet part out loud. I was just gonna say they have other problems that they have to deal with
Facts.
right now. And they might not even be able to recover from that at this point. Yeah, I mean, there are other indie games that I think look good. One of which I don't know if you saw. Uh, Unless you have other topics you want to move on to first, I don't know if you saw
I
the.
did want to jump from that to a game that died this week by the name of Anthem. It officially shut down on the 12th, launched in 2019. And honestly, a lot of us thought this game had promise at one point, but had a horrible launch. They didn't know what was going on until it's reported that the studio didn't know really what they were making until the reveal trailer happened, and it resulted in basically Iron Man Iron Man suits of different varieties, and unfortunately, that's not enough to make a game. It might have been if it was single player, but they decided to make it only online live service from BioWare, who isn't really a live service studio.
Well, yeah, that's the other problem with live service games is like basically like if they stop being online,
They go away. Literally, you turn the servers off. The game doesn't exist anymore.
right. I mean, unless there's unless there's like a fan community that somehow like gets a hold of the code
Source code.
base and like uh scrapes together like a fan server or something, like what happened with like City of Heroes. But yeah, um but like yeah, that's the problem with multiplayer games. Even like old COD servers after a while go offline.
Right. And like you're saying, the only way to save them is hopefully the developer gives the source code to somebody that they trust in the community, and so that person or people have a interest in keeping things up.
Yeah.
Also, it's supposed to be like some sort of Destiny killer, but unfortunately, that didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well, that the other thing that was reported during development, and apparently studio heads banned any mention of this game feels like Destiny. We should really not veer in that direction, and they just wouldn't hear it.
yeah, that's I mean, there are two ways to look at it, right? If if people are just doing that to like troll and whatnot, like after a while, yeah, I can kind of understand muting that. But like, if your response is just to mute that from the get go, you're like that's feedback that you're ignoring. That's like,
Well, that's the thing, Sammy. It wasn't us gamers that were saying that. It was people internally at the studio.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
that's shitty management. Then if a company isn't listening to their like employees saying something like that, so.
And I will say, like in all honesty, the only thing that like EA has made what that is actually kind of quite viable is actually what was it? Apex Legends. That is the only one game. Now, granted, Apex Legends had to
Right.
be like literally a secret launch in order to go ahead and be actually successful. They literally had to go ahead and get it out of the way and like release it on practically on like April Fool's Day in order to go ahead and actually get that viable and successful. So what are you trying to do, EA? Are you like screwing the ball? Are you fucking yourself over a lot? Which I'm guessing you are. Like they don't have FIFA anymore. They
And
don't
now they're
have
bought by the Saudis.
yeah. They're bought by the Saudis and also like what was that dipshit's name? Uh, the one with the like Trump's
So we
like
have to sit and
son-in-law.
wait.
Oh yeah, Jared Kushner.
Yeah. So like you're kind of dropping the ball, bud. Sorry,
Yeah.
not sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess live service games like they can make good money, but it's like it's the same thing with it's actually the same thing with podcasts. Like because Joe Rogan is successful, everyone wants to be Joe Rogan, and then they're shocked when they don't, you know, get millions of views like he does. I
Well,
feel like
in fairness, with podcasts, it's going to be like you really have to go ahead and get interesting people. You really do. Like, there's no ands, ifs, or buts. Like, you have to get interesting people to go ahead and talk about what they have. And also, like, one of the things about like podcasts, it's very kind of quite casual. Like, everybody wants to go ahead and have like a professional quality kind of job where it's not really supposed to be like kind of professional. It's just having a good conversation with the people that you like really appreciate, and also having a good interview.
I agree. The reason I bring that up though is it's very similar to as what we're saying. It's almost the same thing with like Fortnite, where Fortnite was successful, so all these other companies also want to do live service games that essentially just end up being like Fortnite clones, right?
In
And
fair, in fairness with Fortnite, I will say they had a really good round for round zombie game that was really fun. You get to go ahead and build your own base in order to go ahead and try to fight up against the zombies. And then they had the PvP like kind of battle royale thing, and that's what made it successful. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I played Fortnite. I played Fortnite, especially with my friends and my brothers over at work. Like, that's how I got, like, it was a fun time to go ahead and play battle royale with that. So it is good beginner friendly kind of stuff, and it was actually pretty quite enjoyable. Now, granted, with the DLC, it might have gotten a little bit iffy, but you know how that goes.
yeah, I've never played Fortnite, and it's not because like I'm anti Fortnite. I just never got into it. So
I've tried it a couple times, but I just I
you cut out there, uh, more.
bounce right off of it. Just not for me.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't blame you
Um,
there, bud. I don't blame you there.
yeah. I mean, I suppose it's a thing of like if I had other people who if I had people who were interested in playing, I would, but like I don't know very many people who are at this point. So
That's the thing. You gotta go ahead and have friends. And like, that was one of my most memorable moments in my life. And like, playing Fortnite was basically playing with friends. It was like, you get to go ahead and have these people that like I know personally because I work with them in real life. And then we got to go ahead and play video games, and it was fun. Like, for example, Rainbow Six Siege, one of my favorite games because I got to go ahead and play with friends that I know in real life because I worked with them.
oh yeah, no, I have played Rainbow Six Siege with like friends in college.
Like,
Um,
that was a fun game. I love playing. Oh God, what was it? Uh, the a Capcan. I love playing Capcan. I love making traps, and I love like throwing a big old C4 and like killing like two or three people, and like just having havoc over on top of the map because it was just so much fun. Or I love playing Ivanka.
I never heard of that one.
I forgot. I don't know if it was Ivanka or like the one lady that has like the sticky mines. That's how I got my first ace. That was awesome. Like, I got a whole TPK just by myself, and it was cooler than fuck.
Nice.
Like,
So,
oh, go
well,
ahead.
I think you've got like another story for us then, sir.
Yep, I got. I don't want to get too much into the division side of this topic because it's something that we're going to talk about next week with Mr. Andrew G. Nelson, who will be a guest next week on the show. But unfortunately, Ubisoft is in more trouble, laying off people and calling it voluntary leave programs.
Oh
Well,
boy, howdy.
well, who could have seen that coming? Absolutely no one.
Right. Ubisoft announces more layoffs as voluntary leave program reaches completion. A report by IGN reveals that Ubisoft has proposed and
And we
provided
want
them with clear visibility into the structure and capacity required to work and sustainability over time.
so then
Uh,
uh yeah, this isn't good because if Ubisoft like do you think Ubisoft is going to like get sold off or what do you think this means for the company?
well, that's the thing. They've already kind of sold off pieces to Tencent and the CCP, and unfortunately, I see more pieces going that way eventually.
So what you're saying is Andrew G. Nelson might need a new game to play soon, is what you're saying.
Eventually, the way I see the split is 51, 49.
Yeah.
To the
Tell you what, Rumble is being very extra special today.
extra. Oh yeah, but yeah, what I was saying is if he if the division stays with the non CCP side of things.
Yep. Well, hopefully the division kind
I
of
don't want to
lasts.
speak for the man, but that
And more keeps cutting out, but I think what he means is he doesn't know if Andrew will stick around if the division gets sold to the CCP.
I agree. I wouldn't either. I'm not gonna lie. No, granted, if they do like a Division 3, I don't know, let's say like over in Denver or also in Seattle, I might play it. I might keep playing. I love the Division though. It was a fun game. Like I didn't really go and do like the end game content because that was kind of like weird and you
Oh
know
yeah,
dumb.
it's a fun game. I've played it before, so
Like I'm not gonna lie, I was a Destiny freak. I bought that stuff over on pre-order. I gave $100 worth of my money in order to go and play that game. But then I'm like, oh wow, this is really dumb and stupid. I really should have never played this game, and I don't play any video games anymore.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing with like GTA 6. Not to go off on that tangent, but like, yeah, if they're charging $100 like for just the standard edition, I'm not playing.
It better be worth $100. And I don't mean like, $60 before inflation. I mean like actually $100 worth of content. Hell,
Yeah,
it should be $200 worth of content with $100 worth of like actual stuff within $100 package.
yeah. Well, and unfortunately, Rockstar. I mean, Rockstar thinks that they can get away with it because of their name and whatnot, and maybe they will be able to for a bit. So
Look, they're hot shit. We haven't had like a GTA in the better part of like almost 10 years, but still, come on. Like, let's get real. Like,
well,
the PS4, like, in fairness, the PS4 has been around since like, I would say around 2013, but GTA 5 has been around since like 2010. So, like, for 15 years, we have never had a GTA game in ever, and they're going to go ahead and say it's going to be for $100.
I mean, that single player campaign better be like it better have like lots of like post story playability. Then
Yeah, I agree. Oh, speaking of, okay, so what's like your, like, aside from like First Light, Sam, and also Mort, and also we haven't really talked to Mr. Joe. How's it going over in Halo Land?
I finished Halo 3 on Legendary. That was a lot of fun, and it's my least favorite Halo game.
Nice.
The campaign's really good. The
Yeah,
multiplayer aspect of it sucks because it's not modern enough. And but
stop that.
it was
Stop
a
that.
good it was a good campaign. Um, so I'll be
I
moving
will.
on to probably the Halo 3 ODST at some point.
ODST is fun.
It
ODST
is.
was
I
the
like it.
most fun game. It was like boots on the ground. You're about to go ahead and fuck some shit up. You're about to go ahead and kick some doors down and like fuck some shit up. That was the best time.
And
And
you're
it
not a
was in
Spartan.
the heart of Africa.
Yeah, you're just a regular like soldier on the streets in a dark city that's raining with jazz music.
It's
It's,
the
it's pretty
best.
it's
It
pretty
really is
sick.
the best. It's gotta
And
move.
that was the introduction of firefights. So I really like the ODST firefights.
I
Those
agree.
those are fun. Um, but mostly my multiplayer is still at Halo 5. I love it. It's really competitive as far as it's fast paced. I haven't really been playing Halo Infinite too much because I don't know. I just don't like it as much.
I thought it was fun. Like, I love Halo Infinite. I played a whole fuck ton of Halo Infinite. Halo 5 was pretty fun. I just didn't really care for the movement.
It was different. It is definitely a different beast altogether. It kind of stands alone. Um, Tons of people shit on it, and that's probably why I like it. Because those Halo purists can go fuck themselves.
Well, I mean, like I don't mind the experimentality of it because I really like the craziness of it. It was fun. It's like you get to go ahead and slide around, or then also you can go ahead and slow down and then just go ahead and do ADS while you're like flying around and stuff. It's so cool,
Yeah,
dude. It is wild. It's a lot of fun.
it
Like
is.
if anybody really wants to go ahead and have a lot of fun, like go ahead and play some Halo 5.
Yeah. And it's funny. I'm in a couple Halo groups on Facebook. People are
Or go
constantly shitting on it, and
or play the
they're-
MCC, which is probably okay too. Or I'll
MCC's fun. I
Halo.
mean, I love it. It's got Halo original, and you can switch between the old graphics and the anniversary graphics,
Yeah.
and you'll see that like the difference is so night and day. But I mean, I like that the game got updated and modernized and put new graphics on it because you compare them and you're like, holy crap! Back in 2001, they were good graphics, but 10 years later, those are better graphics.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. I know they got the campaign evolved is coming out later this year. I'm looking forward to that. That looks really really awesome. And
I
they better
hope
be
that they
working on a multiplayer game.
well, I hope they work on the multiplayer. I know that like MCC has already been there, but still, I really love the old campaign. I love like Halo's campaign. It was fun. It was stupid. It was very kind of quite simple, but it was very quite technical. Like I loved the original uh, uh, campaign evolved. It was awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I got stuck on that on Legendary for a little while on Truth and Reconciliation when you get up into the ship. Um, and you got that you go up into that first room and you got the elites coming into the storage. Try doing that on Legendary. It is not a fun task.
For sure.
You got like 8 elites you got to beat, and then the hunters, but you got to find your save point. And if you fuck up on the first couple elites, you just keep trying over and over and over. I was
Yeah.
literally stuck on that for a month. It was
Yeah.
quite annoying.
I don't know. So sometimes like if the difficulty gets like too hard, like I turn it down or try and, change if I can because like I enjoy a challenge, but when games get like frustrating, it's like okay, like this is supposed to be fun, and if it's not fun, then what's the point? So
Well, that's another thing. Like, I love playing Elden Ring and I love playing Dark Souls. Like, sometimes, like, whenever you get to go ahead and play those kinds of games, you get to go ahead and go past them, and it's like you get stuck on one part, and then it's like, okay, well, I gotta go ahead and deal with all the rest of these people. But they still die, but it's still kind of hard to go ahead and get through past that. It's kind of fun. Like, I like dying over again and then trying to go ahead and do the same thing. Like, it's just how I am as a person.
Yeah, I had to rethink my tactic quite a bit on some of the parts of that. Um, Once you get to the flood, I thought that was going to be harder on Legendary, but it wasn't. Uh, Once I got through the flood and got through that final Warthog run, that's the best right there.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
And you're running through the whole ship, and you're like, holy, that's a big freaking ship. I mean, that thing
Yeah,
is
I,
massive.
yeah. Well, is there any other kind of gaming news? Is there anything else you guys want to complain about or like talk about?
Well, it's neither of these were on the original docket, but something came up. Came to my attention regarding Resident Evil 9 Requiem or former Elder Scrolls developer. has been talking about some things.
Okay. Well, former Elder Scrolls developer. What games did he make? Like, what kind of games did he?
He was there through most of the studio's life. He was there for more than 20 years. Kurt Coleman, longtime Elder Scrolls lore master, hasn't revealed why he left Bethesda in 2023 until now. His departure didn't make headlines, but it rumbled through those who know the series best. Uh, Michael Kirkbride, who worked alongside him on Morrowind and Oblivion, wrote that Kurt was one of the best was the writer that uh, uh, Elder Scrolls ever had. Is leaving will be the creative determinant to the Elder Scrolls 6. It was almost certain. It was almost certainly time for a change. Coleman said, who now works at Tencent-owned studio Lightspeed LA. There were some things that had been going on for a long time. I'd not been super happy with. Some some were an inevitable result of Bethesda's boom years, with hundreds of developers across multiple studios making Starfield. Communication sometimes broke down, and the developers felt disconnected from senior management. Coleman said, but there's another reason that and it's linked to the promise Todd Howard made him about Elder Scrolls 6, a promise he says was never fulfilled. Coleman's tenure at Bethesda was split in two as a junior designer in 1996 and 97. He worked on Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall, The Elder Scrolls Adventures, Redguard, and pre-production on Morrowind. He returned in 2003 and was involved in every Bethesda game after that point, including co-lead in Skyrim as lead systems designer on Starfield. He became the Elder Scrolls lore master because his longevity at the studio and his shaping of Tamriel's history when ZeniMax Online Studios began making Elder Scrolls Online. Coleman was assigned to field the lore questions. Over the 2 decade second run, Bethesda ballooned and its culture changed, he said, particularly after 2011 Skyrim. In the early days, it was a close group of developers, including Todd Howard, in a basement office making decisions and eating in the canteen together. But now offices opened and other studios were folded in by owners at ZeniMax Media, including Battlecry Studios, Escalation Studios, both in 2018. ZeniMax was itself bought by Microsoft in 2021. And basically, I wanted to talk about this because to me, whenever a studio loses a lore master for one of their big tentpole franchises, that's never a good thing because you never know what the person who takes over is going to do.
By the way, comma, like Morrowind was an acid trip of the game, and if anybody wants to go ahead and play a crazy game or like what the Elder Scrolls is, I'd play Morrowind whatsoever. Like it was wild, it was mysterious, it was crazy. It was with inhabited one island. Play it.
Yeah. So,
I think I was telling Mort before everyone jumped on in the lobby that a lot of my old Halo buddies were playing that game too. The Elder Scrolls and Morrowind, they were all playing that back in the day. And I, for whatever reason, just did not. I was playing Max Payne back then too, though.
That's a
wait,
fun game.
That was my PlayStation rebellion with
wait a
Max
sec.
Payne.
Wait a sec. Did you say Max Payne?
Yes, sir, I did say Max Payne. I knew that would trigger you, you crippled bitch.
I mean, I might be the cripple, but I'm not having streaming issues tonight. That's the other cripple.
Okay, well, it was just a friendly jab, Sam. But yes, I did say Max Payne. I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it to death.
If if only Remedy would get to work on the fucking remakes like they've promised us for the past 5 years.
The past 5 years, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely get down on the Max Payne remake.
They don't even need to do like keep the original voiceover lines from James McCaffrey, obviously. Um,
Just give us something, right, Sam?
yeah.
I mean, they could make that like a cinematic type of movie now with the technology and the greatness that they could do these days compared to 2003.
It wouldn't be Max Payne without it, especially with the cinematic.
Yeah, I mean, keep the comic book. I mean, I'm sure they could do like all sorts of like I thought bullet time was cool then. I'm sure they could make it even cooler now.
Oh yeah, for sure. With theater mode, you could do all sorts of stuff with that.
Oh yeah.
I love theater mode with Halo. Doing Halo clips with that shit. It's a lot of fun.
That's a lot of fun. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say about the article. Just because the guy finally started opening up about why he left the studio, which I honestly can't fault him for leaving after 20 years of being a loyal Bethesda guy.
Oh, speaking of Bethesda, or rather, well, I know The Witcher is.
CDPR.
Yeah, I know The Witcher's CDPR. Speaking of CDPR, uh, it looks like a Splinter team from CDPR might be releasing a game of their own. So
Are you referring to Blood of Dawnwalker, or are you talking about something else?
I know Blood of Dawnwalker is a thing, but there's another game that's coming out that I think some of the Cyberpunk developers have been working on. And that's let me see if I can send you the link to it. I actually tagged you in it earlier in the week more. Uh it's that like cyberpunk western Western game.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I briefly saw it, and then I get wiped from my time. I don't know why.
Let me go back and yeah, let me go back in my let me go back on my profile and see if I can. Okay, let me send this to you again, Mort.
Okie dokie.
So okay, I sent it to you. So there's this new game called Exekiller, which is like it's like a Cyberpunk 2077 style game meets like not Red Dead Redemption, but like I don't know if you ever played the Western Gun.
Yo, okay. You got my interest.
All right, got the trailer up. Let's take a look at it.
In a world where there are no rules, the only law that matters is a loaded gun.
Go ahead, make my day.
My job is not about taking somebody's life. It's about taking their souls.
Money for blood. That's peculiar profession.
Sometimes I kill for money. Sometimes I kill for justice.
Your next target, Johnny the Wireman, wanted alive. Paying double. Last seen somewhere in Jacobstown area. Bounty hunter, killer.
He's not going anywhere.
Bounty hunting is a hell of a business.
Who are you?
I am Exekiller.
I want to make you an offer, which I'm sure you won't refuse.
Okay, that looks cool as fuck.
Yeah,
That seems a little bit promising.
Looks super promising, and you know the with the movement, it feels like GoldenEye 007.
yeah. Now, if you go to their, I believe the video I linked to you comes from their actual channel. So I believe if you click on their channel, I think there's like another video that like actually describes like more of like their level development and whatnot. So yeah, like there's there's the real trailer. Gameplay overview is the one that popped up on my timeline first.
Okay, so the new one. So let's pull that up. Hold on.
Yeah. Of all places, I found on IGN, or rather, IGN popped up on my X timeline and actually showed me something good for once. So
that's strange.
I know, right?
Welcome to the world of Exekiller. We are Kasia and Amadeus, the creators of the game.
And this is Gameplay Overview. Exekiller is a first-person action-adventure game that
Okay, the first thing I'm gonna say is just because it's me and it triggers my ear immediately. I can tell they're Polish, and it's okay. Let's go.
Yes, I knew that. I knew that immediately. More. I was waiting for you to comment. That's why I'm saying I think this is another CDPR like split team. Maybe.
I don't know. The studio doesn't ring a bell for me, but
I don't know.
I will do some research over the next week or so.
I don't know. I don't know either. But like, dude, this smells an awful. I mean, it looks like cyberpunk. It kind of like
cyberpunk.
Yeah.
The mix of cyberpunk and James Bond. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, and it's from a brand new like indie studio, so I'm like, I'm here for this. So,
and like you were saying, it sounds Polish. Like these people are Polish.
Yeah.
Or very Slavonic.
Encourages exploration, rewards curiosity.
And never holds your hand.
You play as Denzel Phoenix, an executor, a corporate bounty hunter.
Executors hunt down fugitives and reclaim souls from those who try to escape the system.
One of the game's main hubs is the Tower, a massive fortress city ruled by the Hellion Corporation. This is where you accept contracts, upgrade your gear, and prepare for missions.
Job well done, contract fulfilled.
The game is structured in chapters, and almost everyone begins and ends in the tower.
Outside the tower lies a harsh, scorched desert. You travel through it in a heavily modified car designed to protect you from extreme conditions such as heat and radiation. Inside the vehicle, you have access to your computer, storage, and a working radio.
From your...
Okay, so here's one thing I want to ask you. So we have the car mechanic. However, some people are speculating that unlike Cyberpunk, this is not an open world game necessarily.
Right.
Would that bother any of you if it weren't like an open world
Not
game?
at all. I have no problem with linear games at all.
Yeah, me either. I just know that there's like a certain percentage of gamers now where they're like, well, it's not open world, so I don't want to play it.
Hey, Sammy, look at the representation over your head. The cripples.
Yeah, that's true.
They're representing the cripples.
Oh yeah, that's right. They it is reassuring to know that they still have handicapped spots in the future.
Facts.
So yeah,
I agree.
That's him. You were saying something?
I just said I agree.
Okay.
They're representing cripples, like as it should be. I'm a little crippled. It's okay.
We're all a little crippled.
Survival is core part of the experience.
Inventory space is limited, and every item matters, forcing players to make careful decisions about what to carry and what to leave behind.
Hellion's high-tech systems allow you to hack devices, pick locks, and access restricted areas.
Your cybernetic implants help you uncover hidden elements and investigate the environment. Missions and level design are fully non-linear. There's no single way to complete a contract. Stealth.
Okay, right there they just said non-linear. I don't know if they're just speaking strictly the levels, or if it's an open world. But having multiple ways to finish a level is pretty cool.
I think it's open world, so it'll be like a cyberpunk.
Yeah, what I'm interpreting is that it's like non-linear level design, which means that you can approach it like different ways. So
Right. That's usually the way I take it as well. I'm just reading on the Steam page saying semi-open hub environment with a lot of freedom, visuals. Looks like it's not fully open world, but it's probably like a half and half type of situation. The way it's looking on their Steam page.
Dialogue and combat are all valid approaches and can be freely combined.
In Exekiller, every decision matters.
What's it gonna be? Plata or muerte?
Wishlist Exekiller on Steam.
That was cool.
yeah, so like I said, I can't believe that IGN recommended like an actually good game to me. A good looking game, I should say.
Speaking of, I gotta go ahead and get off, guys. I'm watching the rest of the hockey game, and I'm like getting a little mad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm losing. My boys are losing.
That's
Curse
not
you, Avalanche. My boys are losing 6-3. But by the way, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and stay tuned for the next bits and bones, and also stay tuned for brutal theology. I didn't do it yesterday just due to the fact that like I was asleep and I needed to sleep. But next brutal theology, we're gonna go ahead and talk a host of topics and issues like whatever Mr. Joe wants to go ahead and talk about, we can go ahead and talk about, and also we can go ahead and exegete a couple topics. I would love to go ahead and like get into a passage of whatever scripture we're gonna go ahead and get into. It'll be fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I think we'll go with whatever current event is and tie it into how we view it, something like that, and then it just escalates from there.
All right, for sure. I will talk to you guys later.
Have a good night, Timmy.
Good night, Timmy.
All right, peace.
But yeah, that's also probably the last thing that I wanted to cover as well, unless you've got something else there, Sam or Joe.
I do. Did you figure out what was going on with that PlayStation thing you were reading about?
Oh yeah, what was that more?
Oh, basically they found a way to hack individual PlayStation 5s, but it's kind of involved, and it's not something that I would really be able to get into. Really, it's the tail end of a show. But short version of it is there's a specific game that you need a physical copy of to basically jailbreak your PS5.
And doing that would allow what exactly?
Basically, if you jail.
Oh, son of a bitch. He must have got booted as he was talking.
I understand it. S5 no longer be a walled garden.
You cut out at jailbreak.
This specific method of jailbreaking, the way I understand it, is it would make your walled garden PS5 no longer a walled garden, but a wide open open world.
Interesting. I mean, all I want is to be able to play like my old PS3 and PS2 games.
And that's what this jailbreak would do.
Well, supposedly, like Sony, like finally is like gonna push a patch to be able to like do that next year.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I'll wait when I see it, because
agreed.
That was supposed to be one of the rumored features with the PS5 initially, and then like at launch, and then there was such like a scarcity with PS5s, as you may remember.
Yep.
And people didn't like that, ended up not happening just in general, but
of course not.
So that's one of those wait and see things, I guess.
Pretty much, unfortunately. But yeah, the way I understand it, I don't even remember the name of the game, the physical game that you needed, but it's a game from Limited Run Games that when you enter into the PS5, it gives you the ability to read a number.
Interesting. I mean the only downside to that is if that happens, it also voids your warranty.
Right.
So I'm not sure if it would be worth doing that, but that's still interesting.
Agreed. And I guess it's one of the only times that the hackers have been able to do anything with a PlayStation console. So
I mean that's pretty impressive if you think about it.
It's a notable thing to at least mention.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty notable if the hackers are just now able to like get into it. So
but yeah, that's really the last thing that I had was the PlayStation 5 hack. The way I understood it initially was a overall PlayStation 5 hack, which that's not what it is. It's jailbreaking your individual console.
Well, yeah.
All right, but that's the last thing that I had. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. And just as a reminder to everybody, next week we have friend of the show Andrew G. Nelson coming on to talk video games with us.
Very nice.
And we'll talk to everybody next week.
Sounds
good. Have a good night, folks.